Hello, welcome back to English Vocabulary Level 3. Welcome to Lesson 3. In this lesson, we continue learning many new vocabulary in English. Let's begin with the first vocabulary in this lesson. Advertising. We have different word forms of this vocabulary. We have noun form and also we have a verb form. Let's read all of them. Advertising, noun form. Advertise, it's a verb form of this vocabulary, and also we have another noun form of this vocabulary is advertisement. Also it's noun form. Let's compare them with their definition. Let's read the definition for the first one. Advertising is a business of trying to persuade people to buy products or services. The definition for the second one, advertise is to make something known generally or in public, especially in order to sell it. So here, the second one, the verb form, means the process of making something known in general. Yes. The definition for advertisement is a picture or a short film or a short movie song which tries to persuade people to buy a product or a service of any company or any different source that make the supplies or materials. The Kurdish meaning of this vocabulary here, as you see it, is reklam. So we know that all these three words give the same meaning. It means to persuade people to buy a product of any company. So we see many advertising companies and we see many advertising logos on Facebook or on websites that they are trying to persuade us to buy a product. Yes, especially in the restaurants, in the hotels, in transportation companies and all that. So here in this picture you see the logos of different companies. So here this is a picture of McDonald's, with KFC. This logo, you may have seen this logo in many different places. So it's an advertisement for this restaurant, and also this is a Burger King, and also this is a Pizza Hut, and you may have seen these logos in many places. So they are advertising for different companies. They are trying to make people to buy their products or their services. Sentence examples. First one, many doctors want to see the law banning all tobacco advertisements. So they are going to remove all the advertisements about tobacco in any places in order to avoid people to smoke. The second one, the company has launched its new advertising markets. So it means the company has established many new ways to advertise its marketing. Number 3, we advertised our car. It means we have published a description of the car, including the price of the car that you are going to sell this car, especially in the local newspaper or in the local televisions. It means that we have made many different posters and many different pictures about the description of our car because we want to sell our car in public. So many people will see it and we will sell it in a proper price. More examples on advertising, advertisement, or advertise in the verb form. Don't forget that. Number 4, we had a newspaper advertisement for a new car in south of Iraq. Number 5, I am afraid I am not a very good advertisement for the diet since I have actually put on weight. Number 6, Shadi scanned the job opportunity advertisement in the paper. So here in all this sentence we understand the meaning of advertisement, meaning that someone is trying to persuade people, or a company tries to persuade people to buy their products. For example, I have a car. I have to do some advertisement or do some reclams for my car if I want to sell it to people. So in order to I do many advertisement, so many people will see it. Yes, so I have a chance to sell it in a proper price. And also we can do advertisement for jobs. Yes, here, and as you see in the number 6, Shadi scanned the job opportunity advertisements in the paper. So maybe Shadi is a manager of a company. Yeah, she wants to hire many different people in different societies for her company. So she does some job opportunity advertisement, maybe on her profile on Facebook or on her website, to tell people, so I need many different people for my company. So this is a kind of like of advertisement, and we see all the advertisement on Facebook, on other websites, and every day. And we see all the posters. We see all the posters in the streets. Yes, they include the logos of different companies. They try to persuade us to buy the products. More sentences on advertisement. Number 7. My father spent a lot of money on advertising, and he's beginning to see the result. So maybe my father is spending money on advertising for his car. Yes, he want to buy a car, or he want to sell a car. So maybe one of them he did. So actually he did many advertisement on Facebook, or he may he may created many posters about his car. Number 9. Cardo is going to advertise. Yes, for someone to clean my house. So my house is dirty. So I asked Cardo to do some advertisements for me on Facebook, in order to hire someone to clean my room every day, or to clean my house every day. So it means that he puts a notice in the newspapers, in the local shops, or on Facebook or any website to hire someone to clean my house. As here, Cardo is going to advertise. You see here the word form of advertisement is verb. So you see it. It's a verb form of the vocabulary. So it means he put a notice in the newspaper, in the local shop, etc., asking for, you see it, asking for someone to clean my house. Number 10. We advertised our car. Yes, this kind of like repeated sentence in the previous slide that we had, but actually here it's asking for, again, for advertising for our car. We want to sell our car, so we have created many posters, and also we have created many documents on the website to tell people we want to sell our car. So who wants to buy it in a proper price? Number 11. Whilst claiming to promote positive images of women, advertisers are in fact doing the very opposite. So it means advertisers who advertise for different, maybe clothing companies, they are against that, to promote the positive images of women. So they are against that fact, because they wanted to remove all the clothes from the women, and also to show them in the Facebook or other websites, yes, to do the clothing advertisement. Here we have some practice questions to you to really understand the meaning of advertisement. So here, number 1, blank, to make something known generally or in public, especially in order to sell that product. A, supermarket. B, advertise. C, selling. the super customer. Yes, the right vocabulary for our practice question is advertise. Why? Because here the question says we want to make something known in general. So we want to show our product to people here in public or in a hospitals, in a hotels, in the restaurants, in the streets, in a schools, in everywhere that we are going to show our product to people, especially in order to sell it. For example, I have a material company. I sell machines. I sell many different machines. So I have posted many pictures. So I want to hung all the pictures in the hospitals, in the restaurants, in the hotels, in order to tell people here I have many machines. I have many different machines. I want to sell it. So who wants to buy it? So it's kind of like as we said in the Kurdish meaning reclam. Practice number 2. Yes. Hero is working at an blank company. She has created many posters for Karwan Company. Yeah. Karwan Company produces canned foods. A. Medicine. B. Advertising. C. Oil. D. Clothes. Yes, the proper vocabulary for our practice question is advertising. Why? Let's see why. Because here we know that Hero has created many posters for Karwan Company. So posters for what? Posters it should be used for reclam. So by knowing this, we figure out that Hero is working at an advertising company because she has created many posters for Karwan Company. And what Karwan Company sells? Karwan Company produces canned food. Yes, canned food. We mean that canned food واتە خۆراکی لە قوتو نراو. So Karwan Company produces canned foods, and Hero has created many posters for this company. So by knowing that, we know Hero is working in an advertising company. So Hero's company is doing reclam for those companies who wants to buy who wants to sell their products. Yes. Another vocabulary in this lesson is time off. Its word form is noun. So let's know what is time off. Time off is to stop work. Yes, is to stop work in order to do something else. The Kurdish meaning of this vocabulary is wastani kar bamabasti kardni shteki tr. Yes, that's it. As we see from this picture, this guy has stopped his work. Yes, it's time off for him. So he's going to do fishing. So by knowing that, we know the meaning of time off. So it means you stop that work that you are currently doing it. So actually you stop it, you go do something else. So it's kind of like a vacation or a short vacation for some pupils. And we have this time off in many countries. They call it tea break. So the tea break one, the officers work on in their office, especially about 5 minutes they stop their work and they go to drink a tea. So it's a time off. Time off. It could be long actually, and also it could be short. Yes, for this guy, it looks like very long because he's going to fishing. Yes, we have some sentence examples here. Number 1. I asked my boss if I could have some time off to go to the dentist. So here I mean that I'm currently on my work, I'm doing my job. Actually, I have asked my boss, my manager, to give me some time in order to stop my work and go to see my doctor because I have some bad teeth. Number two, we need some time off. We need some time off now to visit my father in the hospital. So actually, I am working. Me and my brother are working in the office, and we are doing our job. And actually, my mother called me, "Your father is sick." So actually, I have to stop my work because I have to visit my father. So for that, we have to uh, stop our work and go to hospital to see what happened to my father. Number three, 1 in 5 employees admits to taking time off because of stress. So here actually you may have seen this many times in any embassies because employees get tired in the offices. Yes, sometimes their manager give them time to relax. So actually this happens in in the big countries or in advanced countries like Japan. Though Japan, the officers work actually 13 or 12 hours in 24 hours working. So actually, sometimes they give them time to relax. So here we see 1 in 5 employees admits to taking time off because of stress. They have stress. They want to remove this stress by taking some time. Yes, they get away from their jobs. Yes, more sentences on time off. Number 4. The new staff can get time off for a close relative's funeral, but not for the funeral of a friend. Though actually this this is bad. So this sentence means the new staff can get time off for a close relative's funeral, but not for the funeral of a friend. So they mean that if your father or your mother or your sister or your brother die, so you can get some time off, yes, to go to their funeral. But actually, this law or this rule is not allowed for funeral of a friend. So actually, my friend is dead. So actually, I don't. They don't give me time off to be in his funeral. So actually, they give time to the close relatives like father, mother, brother, sister. Number 5, increasing number of fathers want time off to care for their children. So it means that those fathers who have more children, they have to take more time off to take care for their children. So we mean that in some companies or some countries, it's common that to give time for the fathers. Yes, to give time for the fathers to take care for their children. Actually, you might ask why they don't give time for mothers. Though actually, in the many different companies, they both parents like mother, like the wife and the husband, they work together in different companies. So in that time, it's a time for the mother to take care for the children, and also maybe tomorrow the time for the father to take care of for the children. So actually, this is different from that. Yes, it's kind of like a fan for them. Number 6, research revealed. Yes, yeah, revealed that more than 241,000 people had been unable to take any time off for a holiday in the last year. So that's a bad time. I don't know how they live. Actually, it means that this high amount of people in the countries, they cannot take time off for their holidays. So they cannot take they cannot go on holidays. So it means that they just have to work for 24 hours, for 24 hours, yes. Actually, not for 24 hours, but actually, they don't have any time in the offices. Like to say that Sunday or Monday is a holiday. So they work all days in the week. That's a bad time, actually. Yes. Welcome to the first practice. Number one, blank, to stop work in order to do something else. So it's easy. So let's read the multiple choice questions. Multiple choices. Yeah. A, time off. B, time on. C, take off. D, campaign. So let's know which one is the right vocabulary for this practice. Yes, let's know what's the proper vocabulary for this practice. The proper vocabulary for this practice is time off. Why? Because time off, the only time off is to stop work, stop your current work that you are doing it right now. You have to stop it in order to do something else. As we mentioned in the previous slides, you take some time off and you go to take your tea break, and actually you may go on holiday. As we see the man who stopped his work and then he went to fishing. Yes, welcome to practice 2. Gule asked her boss if she could have some blank, easy, to take care her disabled brother at home. A, time on. B, food. C, time off. D, practicing. Yes. What's the proper vocabulary for this practice? The proper vocabulary for this practice is time off. Because why? Let's read the sentence again. Gule asked her boss if she could have some blank because she wants to take care her disabled brother at home. So Gule has a brother at home. His brother is disabled, so he doesn't have his legs, so he's at home. But Gule is working in a company. So each day Gule have to go to home to take care her disabled brother. So by knowing that, we actually know Gule wants to visit his brother. Yes, and he wants to take some time off to take care for her brother, her disabled brother. So this is not a time on. Time on, it's another thing. Food is not related to this one. Actually, time off is a proper vocabulary for this practice. It's not a practicing because Gule is asking for some practicing. How it's it doesn't make a thing. It's bullshit. Actually, to do some practicing to take care her disabled brother at home. No, actually, Gule wants some time. Yes, because her brother is sick. Yes, and also her brother is disabled. So Gule has to take some free time to visit home and actually maybe feed her brother. Yes. Another vocabulary in this list is jodo. Its word form is noun. So let's know what is jodo. Jodo is a sport in which two people fight. As you see from the picture, these two people are actually not fighting. They are doing some. This is a kind of like a sport. Yes. Well, did we stop here? The two people fight using their arms and legs and hands and feet, yeah, and try to throw each other to the ground. So which one tries to throw the other to the ground? So this guy will be the winner. the white one. Yes, the Kurdish meaning for this vocabulary judo is zoran girtin ya khud zoran bazi. Actually, from this picture you know that these guys are doing a sport, and the sport's name is judo, and it's common in many countries. We have seen that, and also we have seen many videos on this. Zoran girtin. Yes, for this sport we need two people, so they have to use their arms, their legs, in order to throw each other to the ground, and which one is thrown will be the loser, and the guy who's standing will be the winner of the game. Yes, let's go to the second slide. Yes, sentence examples. Number 1. After 14 years, the president and Vladimir Putin, yes, here we have a Vladimir Putin, yes, ended his 13-year marriage in June, and his judo mentor died this month. So that's it. Number 2, back to hidden talents. There's a joke about judo in the film. So this is a film. It's about judo. So they may have done some fake on the sport. So actually it's about judo. Number 3, Dutch judo competitors Eat Bosch was sitting next to the bottle thrower and threw a bunch at him after seeing the incident. So here is talking about an event. Yeah, it's talking about the Dutch judo competitors. So it's here the specific name is given. It's Bosch was sitting. So it's kind of like a story. This sentence is kind of like a story, and restating the events that happened in that time. So actually, by this to see if we have yes, here number 4. It was a judo chop. The hand hits teeth. The blow delivered with the side opposite the thumb. Number 5. Rashid judo chopped him and swung the injured boy over his shoulders. So the important thing that we have to know about this vocabulary is to know the meaning and also know the definition of this vocabulary. Judo is a common sport and is a famous sport in many countries. People do it, yes, and they have to use their arms, their legs, their feet in order to throw the other one to the ground, and they will be the winner. Though actually for this sport 2 people are required actually. Yes, and all this sentence they clarify the meaning of judo. Welcome to practice number 1. Number 1. Blank is a sport in which 2 people fight using their arms and legs and hands and feet and try to throw each other to the ground. The multiple choices: A. Dancing, B. Judo, C. Running, D. Advertising. Yes, the proper vocabulary for this practice question is judo, because as we mentioned in the previous slide that judo is a sport, and this sport contains and requires 2 people. Yes, it requires 2 people to fight, yes, against each other, and they also use their arms, as I told you, as you saw from the picture. You have seen that these guys are using their arms, they're using their legs, they're using their hands and their feet in order to try to throw each other to the ground. So the one who thrown to the ground will be the loser, and the guy who's standing at the end will be the winner of the game. So the proper vocabulary for this one is judo, because this is a definition of judo, and we said judo is a famous and common sport in many countries. Practice number 2. Ali has big muscles and he is good at playing blank. Multiple choice: A. Painting, B. Judo, C. Cards, D. Guitar. Yes, let's know which vocabulary is the right one for this practice. The right vocabulary for this practice is Mr. Jodo. Why? Because here we know that Ali has big muscles. So for which game you have to have big muscles? So only for Jodo. Yes? Yeah, and Ali, he may be very good at doing at playing Jodo. Yes? So painting, you don't have to have big muscles for painting. Actually, for playing cards, we just do some cards playing. So actually, you don't have to have big muscles. And also for D, for guitar, for playing guitar, we don't have to have big muscles. So actually, for what sport that we have to have big muscles, or we have to be strong in order to win the game. So actually, Mr. Jodo will be our vocabulary for this practice question.